On day one of convicted felon Donald Trump's second term as president, he fulfilled one of his most egregious campaign promises. Trump pardoned virtually all of the 1,500 people who were charged for crimes relating to the January 6th insurrection. That blanket pardon includes the 608 individuals who were charged with assaulting, resisting, or impeding law enforcement officers that day. Trump has defended his decision, calling their sentences ridiculous and excessive, even though over 140 police officers were viciously assaulted that day. The announcement was catnip for his MAGA base, but the pardoning of those convicted of violent crimes has been met with valid and pointed criticism by Republican members of Congress, police unions, and even some of those that are receiving the pardons. That last group includes my next guest, who, despite being charged with entering the Capitol with those rioters, now rejects the pardon that's been issued to her by Trump. Joining me now is Pam Hemphill, who pleaded guilty to the crime of entering the United States Capitol on January 6, 2021. Pam, I welcome you to the Katie Phang Show, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk about your experience. I want to remind our viewers, you didn't skate on this. You served 2 months. You served 60 days in jail. You were also sentenced to 3 years of probation and a fine. Now, Trump has offered and has issued a full pardon for you. It would legally clean the slate for you. Why are you saying no?
Oh, no. It would be a slap in the face to the Capitol Police officers, the rule of law, to our nation. I pleaded guilty because I was guilty. It would help their narrative that it was a peaceful protest that day. No, it was not a peaceful protest. It was an insurrection. I don't want a part of anything that Trump is offering.
Pam, you've described yourself as being under the spell of the MAGA Trump cult. For you, what did it take to break that spell?
Actually, it was two events. The first one is when, in my mind, I wasn't a victim yet. I went there. I wasn't planning on breaking any laws or harming anybody. That's not me. So I kept that victim feelings going on. And when my therapist looked at me and said, Ms. Hemphill, you're not a victim, you're a volunteer. And I got mad at him. I went home that night and I thought about it. He's right. I've been sober now 45 years, working a 12-step program. And one of the steps says, when you're wrong, promptly admit it. Well, I wasn't properly admitting it. So I did some writing. I did some introspection. And I said, yes, I had no business being there. I broke the law. That's it. That's done with it. The second incident is when Ryan Samsel had put out an article that on the Gateway Pundit that he had lost his whole eye. I researched it, got some information, found out that wasn't true. He did not lose his whole eye. And I went back to my space. It was a J6 space on X, used to be called Twitter, and told the mega group that I'd put together what happened. And they got upset at me. No, it's not true. That's not true. He did lose his eye. And I said, no, I got evidence. But so they ended up putting out a smear campaign against me. And then I started the J6 gaslighting space, and the sedition hunters, researchers, and Democrats came in and started sharing me facts. And I said, this is it. They're lying about everything. And I'm going to push back on their narrative.
Pam, I'm so glad that you brought up the word and you're using the word facts, because the facts and the truth always need to be shared. Although you've written that you speaking out with the facts has come at a great risk to your personal safety and well-being. Why is it so important then that perhaps it's just symbolic for you not to accept this pardon from Donald Trump, but why is it so important for you to just continue to speak out like you're doing today on the show, for that people to understand that the gaslighting of you and others that participated on January 6th is very real, but that the true facts about what happened reveal that there was no big lie, there was no fraud in that stolen election?
I guess because I was lied to and paid the price, 60 days in prison for listening to all the propaganda that was going on out there, not doing any fact checking myself. Hopefully, if there's another Pam out there like myself that is not paying attention to what Trump is putting out there and doing their own research. I know it's difficult because in a cult, you get gaslighted so much. You got to decide for yourself. Do you really want to continue listening to Trump and all his lies, or find out if they are lies? Just check it out. Just do some fact checking. One or two things. I don't know about you. When somebody's lied to me, it's not okay with me.
And for your final message to those that have now celebrated the fact that they've been pardoned. We look at Stewart Rhodes, for example, and we look at others who say, I'm going to go get guns, and I'm celebrating the idea that I've been pardoned. What's your final parting message to them?
Well, I really believe they have been given a green light to go out and be violent. We need to be careful. I'm afraid of any peaceful protest that's going to happen out there. That any protest that goes against Trump's agenda, they will be out there, and they need to be careful and aware that they mean business. They're very dangerous. And I'm sorry that we're going to have to go through this. I just want to say one more quick thing. Just remember what Trump is trying to do right now. He's trying to turn the clock back on civil rights, and I think we need to start focusing on that and pushing back.
Well, Pam, something that's important that you have done today and that you're continuing to do, for which I do laud you, is being honest about what you went through, accepting the accountability and the responsibility, which you have done. Frankly, you've done more jail time than some of the people that have been pardoned, and I appreciate your courage for speaking and for being so transparent. Thank you, Pam, for being with me today.